Hi guys, welcome back. It's Amanda. If you notice, I do have a 10 by 10 gallery wrap canvas on top of my spinner. I am in my kitchen today and I'm not going to clip the video that I did yesterday to the beginning. For some reason, I'm not getting my sides very well with this base coat and it's very thick, but I'm just going to leave it alone for now and see what happens. I'll give it one more spin, see if that helps spread it out any. And I'm not going to clip the piece where I picked the colors yesterday. I'm just going to start here. When that stops spinning, I am going to try another thing inspired by Fiona. I watch all of her videos. If you haven't seen her yet, I'll put her link in the description below to her channel. I tried the smear paint on the sides, but it doesn't look like it really stuck. I think this white is too thick. Part of it is just white, titanium white, and part of it is titanium white mixed with Floetrol and Minwax satin finish. So some of it has a little bit of that satin, that Minwax satin varnish or whatever. I'm gonna try. That's as good as I can get it. I don't know what's gonna happen whenever paint comes on it, but I'm gonna try to put this as close to the center as I can. Now this, first of all, sorry, I'll show you this bowl. I bought a bunch of these bowls. Let me make sure you can see it. Yeah, I bought a bunch of these bowls at the dollar store. They were in packs of 4 for $1. And they're what I put like my dog's food in. I mean, obviously this one has been washed and doesn't have dog food in it, but it is bigger than the cup that Fiona has been using, but it is kind of scalloped around the edge and it does have these ridges along the side. So I'm hoping that I can try one of these, not bottle bottom, but like bowl bottom pours with this. It's bigger than her cup. So I got out a 10 by 10 canvas, and this one I will be able to just pick up off of this spinner before it dries and gets stuck. So I'm just going to start with this white that has the Minwax satin varnish mixed with the white and the Floetrol. This is so much bigger, so it's going to take more to get it to run off. And I'm almost out, so I didn't think that through very well. I don't think it's going to go over the sides the way I had hoped. So that's not good. So already this isn't turning out. It's not turning out already, but we'll put some paint on this side and get it to go over here too. Kind of help it along down those ridges. It has a bunch of other shapes on it too. So I don't know what will happen with this. This may not turn out at all, but if you saw my video yesterday, I went ahead and blindly picked my colors with my eyes closed. First of all, before I start on the colors, I'll show you this. Yeah, I'll show you this. It is the label that came off of the canvas. It's a Studio 71 gallery canvas, 10 by 10 inch. And I showed you one recently on the bigger spinner that was a 12 by 12 like that. I'm going to give this a spin and see if it helps that paint any. This is going to look nothing like what I had hoped. I can already tell. Because this bowl is just too big, I think. But I'm going to go ahead with the colors that I picked with my eyes closed yesterday and hope that we get something kind of nice. If not, oh well, we'll paint over it sometime. This, I have to keep checking the camera. This is the Payne's Gray. And I'm just going to go with all of that since that bowl takes up a lot. And it's all going to one side more than the other. So I don't know how that's going to be. I hope you can see what I'm doing. This is nothing like what I wanted, but oh well. I'm going to do a little bit of this silver. Sorry, I have to keep checking the camera while I do this. And I'm going to save a little bit of silver to use again. And then I think I'm going to go with the primary blue. Save a little bit in case I want to use it again. And then I will do this light green permanent. And then, sorry. And then we'll use olive green. Then I'm going to go ahead and use the rest of the silver. For most of it. And I'm going to see if there's any of this primary blue that's left that I can use. Definitely need to look online and order a smaller cup or bowl or some kind of shape. This isn't going to be a flower at all. I don't know what it's going to be. And, whoops, sorry, I stepped on the light a little bit. Now I'll reach over here and grab the copper gold. Save a little bit of that. And the cadmium red light hue. I'm leaning over trying to reach this instead of, I'm more comfortable sitting when I paint, and I'm not used to standing and reaching, stretching out and reaching over. So I'm having a little bit more difficulty with this than I expected. And then go with this amaranth red. And I have a little bit of this copper gold left. I contemplated doing like a layered cup and then pouring the layered cup over. That might have been a better choice in this situation. Just for a little bit of highlight in the center, I'm going to see if I have any of this light green permanent left. I don't know if that will even get down to the painting itself, but we shall see. And then the last color that I had drawn yesterday with my eyes closed was burnt sienna. So we'll put that right in the center for like a brown in the center, like brown or dark in the center. Push the rest of that off of there. Whoops. And I'm getting a little bit of a shape, but nothing like what I wanted. I am going to spin it a little bit to see if that helps spread the paint off of my bowl a little bit so that more of the colors come down. I didn't add any silicone or anything to this. This is not turning out at all like what I had hoped. Excuse me. Spin it this way just a little bit to spread that paint some, and then I will pick up the bowl and see what else I can do with it. I've lost all of that blue and green that I put on there first. It's ridiculous because I used too much paint. Okay, I will grab my bowl. Try to. And then there's that white center that's left. Give me just a second. Now I just have a white center. And no colors left. Let's do a spin and see what happens. Nothing. I lost all of my blue and the dark green, and I just have a big white center. I don't like this at all. So what I'm gonna have to do is pause the video and go mix up some more of the colors and then just do a straight pour over the top. I don't have any of the colors left, but I'm gonna have to remix the colors and do a straight pour over top of it and then spin that out, and then we can see what we have. So I will pause the video, and you won't know it, but I'll be back in a second because that is awful. That's hideous. Okay, I'm back. Actually, what I did, instead of mixing up those colors again, because that would take a while, I grabbed some colors that I already had mixed up, and I'm just going to layer a quick cup. Let me do it over here and move the camera. Layer a quick, yeah, you can see that over there. Layer a few colors that I already had mixed up in that cup and do a straight pour over the top to see if I can fix it. Whoa. So I'm going to go ahead and use some Prussian blue because primary blue was one of our colors. And some self-mixed turquoise, which was ultramarine blue and emerald green. And then some quinacridone magenta with iridescent white, and then some ultramarine violet that I like, and then I'll do another quick layer of those colors. This cup doesn't, I can't make a spout on this cup, but what I'm going to do is take you back down to the canvas. I'll do a straight pour right in that center. Hope I'm not getting paint on this shirt because this isn't one of my pajama paint shirts. Okay, I'll just do a straight pour right in the center. And then we can spin it and stretch it out and see if we can fix this. I'm moving a little bit. It's not actually a straight pour. It's a little bit of a wiggle pour, but that's not on purpose. That's just because I'm shaky. I have a connective tissue disease, and my neck and my lower back are starting to fuse. And I have a lot of osteoarthritis. I did test for rheumatoid arthritis a long time ago, but now that test is negative. I think whenever I see the rheumatologist again, I'm going to ask for a different test for different kind of connective tissue disease. Okay. I knew I was getting some drips towards the end. I have a little bit left in case I need to cover it up a little bit more. So, anyway, after my life story, I'm going to go ahead and do a spin and see what happens. And it's all going to go that way. So, it must be on level. Whenever it stops, I'll pick it up and try to tilt it back the other way too. It's either unlevel or it wasn't in the center. Okay, now, see if I can pick the canvas up and tilt back. Maybe just tilt it directly opposite. The weight of my paint probably wasn't in the center. It was probably over here. Get some of my swirls back over there. And now we'll spin again. I need to start wearing gloves whenever I do this. Don't want to drip on that. I don't mind keeping a little bit of that amaranth red and a little bit of that green maybe. I wouldn't mind keeping some of that amaranth red because it's really pretty. It's kind of a coral color. And then that light, that cadmium red light hue is kind of orangish. But what I'm going to do, again, I have I'm going to tilt to that side now if my thing will stop spinning. I'm trying to tilt just straight that way. I don't think I want the white around the edges though. I might have to just pick it up and do some tilting. I can't really see what I'm doing. Hope you can see what I'm doing. I know you can't see right there, so we'll go back like that. And try to tilt it that way. If I need a little bit more paint on top again, I can do that. Just trying to get that white to the corner. I'm sorry, I know you can't see what I'm doing. I've got to set it down for a second. I want to take it to these corners a little bit. Whoops. But I don't mind if I keep some of the amaranth red and the copper gold there because those were really pretty. Now I'm touching my side. I might be ruining this by over stretching like I always do. Okay, now I'm trying to tilt back. I'm not sure if you can see. Not sure if I'm in camera or not. I'm sure I'm not in camera. I'm really sorry. I'm having a hard time doing this. I'm not used to doing it standing up, so I don't know how to do it standing up. And try, I think I've ruined this non-painting shirt. I think it has become a painting shirt. I want to try to get the colors over that way too. Since I've done the other corners, I might as well. The actual corners, edges might have the previous colors, and that's okay. I think if I didn't have that white there around, it would have been better to keep these colors next to that amaranth red and the copper gold. Now I'm getting white cells popping through because I've stretched too much. I kind of like this, but what I may do is layer one more cup and put it on top and then spin it out. I kind of like that though. I have some of the colors around the edges left from before. Let me wash my hands a second. Let me spin this and then wash my hands. I can get a grip and spin. Wash my hands and I'll be back and I'll see if I'm going to put another cup on or not. Okay. I kind of like it. I wish I didn't have the other colors under it now. I wish I'd just done these colors. That bothers me at that edge and that edge. My center kind of. It's okay, and I kind of overstretched. I think what I want to do, and you're probably going to scream at me and tell me no, but I want to layer one more cup and do a straight pour over this one and let that one, the colors all blend together. So Prussian blue, turquoise, quinacridone magenta, ultramarine violet, Prussian blue, turquoise, quinacridone magenta, and ultramarine violet. Okay, now I actually like the center. I like all the lines and the colors. I don't like that I'm getting white cells popping up through because I stretched too much paint off. And I don't like that yucky burnt sienna color at my edges. So I'll do another straight pour. I'm going to let it settle in the cup. I'll do another straight pour. It's kind of traveling a little bit this time. Sorry. And then I went right down the center. This is probably going to be worse. It's probably better how it was before I poured this on. It's not straight. It's just a big mess. And there's drips. But I don't care. So now I will grab it. I'll use a paper towel and grab it and give it a good spin and see what happens. And it was probably better before. I need to try these colors again without the ugly colors underneath and actually use enough paint the first time whenever I use these colors. Sticking my hand in because I want to spin it again. Whoa, I lost control of it because it's slippery. Getting paint, definitely getting paint on my non-paint shirt. Touching the side of the canvas with my finger. This is difficult for me to do whenever it's all wet and slippery. But I would like, now I definitely have enough paint that I can touch up the corners with these colors instead of the previous colors. Have to wait for it to stop spinning. I keep trying to grab it so I can spin it again, but just keep spinning it until I get it to spread out more. I think it looked better before I put this last cup on it. The third cup was probably not the charm. But if I can get it to spread out, then it may be okay. I've got way too much turquoise there in the center. Just keep spinning, just keep spinning, just keep spinning. I feel like Dory. I'm not even going to post a this or that because I know that it was better last time before I put this cup on here. But I did overstretch it and it didn't have quite enough paint, so the white was popping up through, and I didn't like that. I needed more magenta in this cup, I think, because it's around the outside and there's too much turquoise in that one layer. I wish I could get a grip on it and spin it faster so that it would spread out more. I don't know if that would make it spread out more, but in my mind it would. I do kind of like the rings around the outside and stuff, but I'm just not as happy with it now as I was with before I put the last cup on it. And I don't know if I keep spinning it, if it will keep stretching, if I will end up getting what I want or not. It kind of just looks like a mess in the center because I wiggled just all around instead of with any purpose. I think there is a lot of paint. I think it will keep stretching if I keep spinning. I'd like to stretch some of that where it's just too much turquoise. I'd like to stretch some of that closer to the edge so more of the other colors could come through. Maybe whenever it stops this time. Maybe I can tilt it that way a little bit. No. I just wish there was some other colors through there instead of just the turquoise. Don't get me wrong, I think it's pretty and I like all the colors, but I'm just not fond of where this is just all turquoise through here. There are some rings coming up of other colors, and I would like to get more of those other colors to come out. What I'm going to do right now is go ahead and take some of this paint here and make sure my corners get this color, get these colors on them. I don't think I'm going to break up that turquoise like I wanted. I do like all the different colors in here, and I like the depth that the Prussian blue adds to the other colors. I like the brightness of the quinacridone magenta, and I like the purple and the turquoise. I just wish that this wasn't so solidly turquoise. I'm gonna torch. I should have left it alone before, but I still had some of that other paint on there, and I wanted it to be fully these colors towards the end, and it overstretched the last time. I'll spin it a few more times and see if I can get any more stretching or any more something with the different with that turquoise that I don't like, but I'm about finished. I think that this is going to be about it. I want to try these colors again sometime with a full cup and do them in more layers so that they're not thick layers, so that I don't get a big band of one color. There is so much paint laying there on the table because I used so much paint. I wasted so much paint. I don't know. I may try to find some large cardstock and do some drip smashes to get up some of that paint so that I can maybe use those later for greeting cards or something, or in mixed media pieces. But I know this is getting boring to watch. That's a good spin. I'm seeing pink show up, the quinacridone magenta show up around the turquoise in the center like little fingers, and I'm liking that much better. I mean, overall I like it. I like the colors together. I want to try this again sometime, like I said, with the same colors in thinner layers so that they work better together, and so I don't end up with just one big chunk of one color. When it spins, I really like the center. I like the center really well. Even though it's all kind of messed up a little bit, it's not like there's no perfect design, and it's not a straight pour, it's not a ring pour, it's just nothing, but I kind of like that about it. I really like this section here and the center. I like these corners. I just don't like this band of turquoise right there. I wonder if I took a skewer, if I could bring up some more color if I dipped through there. Let me find my skewer. Actually, I didn't bring my skewer downstairs today, so I can't do that. I don't really want to touch it. No, now there's a fingerprint. I'd like to drag my skewer through it so that I could bring out some color underneath. Maybe I'll use this stick. Nope, that stick goes all the way down, brings up white. But I am finally getting that band down towards the bottom where I can get rid of part of it. I have gotten rid of a lot of that turquoise that I didn't like, and now that one side is turquoise, but I really like what's happening up here, and this center moved down, and so that it's not exactly in the center, so it is a focal point for your eye. I think that I'm finally happy with it. Leave it right there. Let me make sure that's facing the camera. Not quite. Close enough. Now, I know that was an awful lot of spinning. I may cut some of that out, but I ruined my shirt, but I like this up here. I really like this part, and I'm glad that it moved down so that it's not in the center. And glad that I got rid of most of the turquoise part that I didn't like, but I still have some left there at the bottom. I can't tell over there if that's something in the painting or the white coming up through. And finally, after all of that, I think I'm going to leave it like that. I know the one before I put the third cup on top, the first time I used these colors probably looked better than this, but I've had fun experimenting with this, and I'm happy with it now finally. I have colors on the edges that I like. I really like all of this part. I really like that part. I'm definitely going to try these colors together again sometime. And I'm sorry that the colors that what I started out doing didn't work out. I'm sorry that the colors that I blindly picked yesterday didn't work out together. I think if I'd done them in just a normal flip cup, they might have been alright. I'm just not, I just wanted to try that bottle bottom thing with that bowl, and it didn't work out, so I'll have to find something different to try that on. I will wash my hands one more time and take you down for a close-up. And I thank you as always for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos with anyone who you think may be interested. And have a blessed day. Oh, and sorry, tell me which painting you like best, because this is kind of a 3-in-1. Tell me which one you like best. And have a blessed day. Bye. Okay, I'm going to try to do a quick close-up here, and I'll start at this top left corner. And I really like that quinacridone magenta there, and I like the other colors in the bands around there. Here's part of the center. I like this corner really well. Down here is where the big chunk of turquoise that I didn't like very well, I finally got it to start spinning over the edge so that it doesn't completely fill up the canvas. I really like the center. I think you might be able to see the shimmer from the iridescent that's in the quinacridone magenta and the turquoise. I like this part up here with all these colors banding together. I did get a couple of little cells pop up, but that's okay. I like the way the quinacridone magenta through there looks kind of like fire. I like the depth that the Prussian blue gives to it, like the darkness. Here's a big section of that turquoise that I didn't like very well, but I got a lot of it off, so I'm okay with it now. That's probably my least favorite corner right there, but that's okay too. Try to show you the sides, but I don't know if I can. Whoa. I like that one. And that's it. Thanks as always for watching. Bye! Okay, here's another close-up. I think I got a close-up of this one, but I'm going to do it again because it's starting to dry. I really like that corner right there. I like this part up in here where you can see the different colors together and you can see kind of the pink shining in there. I think that highlights it a little bit. I think next time, like I said before, I need to not put quite so much of that turquoise together. I need it broken up a little bit more. Here's the center. You can really see how the purple and the pink kind of outline everything. And those are just kind of some rings over in here. Here's one of the great big chunks of turquoise that I didn't care as much for. I'm not sure that I can get this corner over here very well. A few little cells did pop up while it's been drying, but that's okay. Looks like there's something in my paint there, but I think it's too late to try to get that out. Whoops. Whenever we were carrying it in here on the parchment paper touched the side, so I had to keep pouring different colors down over the side to try to get it to blend back in. You can see a little bit where it's been messed up, but I think it's okay overall. And I'll come back out. I did really like it this way, but now I think I like it this way. I don't know if I can get that flipped around right for the video or not, but I think I like it that way now too. So thanks as always for watching. Bye!